Okay, it's Luxury Fred, and this is the 2020 Rolls-Royce Dawn Black Badge. Let me shut the door and take you guys for a ride. So in case you didn't know, Black Badge is Rolls-Royce's new performance division, where they have these cars that are designated Black Badge with the Black Badge options, and that includes some styling stuff, that includes some performance upgrades and stuff like that. I'll show you all that in this video. I am the automotive editor for Business Traveler magazine, and keep in mind, when you're watching my review, I have had this car for a week. I've driven it all over Southern California. A lot of other guys on YouTube that I see, they get a car from a dealership or something and they just film it in the dealership and then drive it around the block or something like that. Because I write detailed car reviews for the magazine, I get these cars from the manufacturer and I drive them around for a week or two, sometimes 2 weeks, and really in all kinds of different circumstances. You know, on the freeway, I've driven it back and forth between Palm Springs and Los Angeles. I took it up into the mountains. I drive it to the store. I try to park it in parking lots. I try to parallel park it, all those kinds of things, to really get an idea of what it's like to live with a car. And it's really nice to live with this Rolls-Royce. So the Dawn is the convertible two-door coupe. You've got the big Cullinan SUV, you've got the big four-door Phantom sedan, you've got the slightly smaller Ghost four-door sedan, and then you have the two coupes. The Dawn is the convertible two-door coupe, and the Wraith is the two-door hardtop coupe. And they're coupes, but they have 4 seats. So here's what you're gonna see in this review. First, of course, with all my reviews, you're going to see some really cool drone and driving footage that I filmed of the Dawn. Then you're going to see a full tour of the exterior, showing you all the options on the exterior and styling and things like that. And then you're going to see a full tour of the interior, including all of the options and stuff like that, including all the stuff that makes this a Black Badge. And finally, you're going to see my review, what it's like for me to drive the Dawn around for a week, and what I liked and what I didn't like. This is a good time to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. And if you have subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. We're about 25,000 subscribers, and I'm really amazed at the growth of the channel and really appreciate everyone's support. Okay, so let's start with a look around the outside of the car. Okay, so let me show you around the outside of the 2020 Rolls-Royce Dawn Black Badge. So in terms of seeing that this is a Black Badge edition as opposed to a regular Dawn edition, there's a few things that tell you on any Rolls-Royce that it's a Black Badge. First, the black badges, which are here. Those are normally chrome on other Rolls-Royces. And then, of course, you have the black grille. The Rolls-Royce iconic front grille is black instead of chrome or silver on other Rolls-Royces. And also, the iconic Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament, as you can see, is also black. So getting back to this specific car, the main options that you're seeing on this are with the Black Badge, you get 21-inch, they call them carbon alloy wheels. which you can see there. This is a paint color called Magma Red, and that's an $11,500 option. And then the other option that this car has on the exterior, this is called a single line coach line, which is a hand-painted pinstriping and on both sides, and this is a $1,775 option. So, as I was saying, a big car. As long as a Chevy Tahoe and only a few inches narrower. Oh, the other Black Badge option that you can kind of see is that this has sport exhausts. So I think those look a little different than on the regular Dawn. And like magic, let me put the top down and show you what the car looks like with the top down. Okay, and like magic, the top is down, and now you get an idea of the profile of the Dawn with the top down. And again, this is a drop head coupe for 2 doors, and drop head means it has 4 seats. It's also a drop top, but they refer to these Rolls-Royces and Bentleys as drop heads because they have 4 seats for some reason. And you can see, you know, where the convertible goes in. Very nice, very beautiful leather here and chrome. Now there is an option for this car that turns it into a 2-seater. It's called the Rolls-Royce Aero Cowling, and I believe it's $30,000. And what it does, it's a big piece that you can't store in the car, but you can store it in your garage, and then you basically put it right here, and it covers from here to the back of the seats with kind of a cool cover. Let me actually show you what that looks like. So again, that's the Rolls-Royce Aero Cowling for the Dawn. And give you a back view. Now let me show you around the inside. The thing I love about Rolls-Royce is they really focus on the touch and feel of everything in the car. So everything your body touches or your hands touch in this car, they've thought out to make it be the best quality, the most substantial. You know, the turn signals and the shift lever and the controls, the window controls, everything like that is just engineered and designed to have a real feeling of quality, which is a cool thing about driving a Rolls-Royce. First feature, you've got, as I showed you, coach doors, which open on the front here. And to close them, you know, that's far to reach over to pull that closed. So we have buttons for both doors up here. Push the door button and the door closes itself. They're also soft touch closing doors, so if you do push them, you know, against the sill, they close themselves. Let's put the top up here. So as I've been saying, very silent operation with the top. You don't really hear anything except the motion of the top itself. No motor noise or anything disturbing like that. And then the back part closes. And it rolls up all the windows for you. This is what this specific car has option-wise inside. I showed you the outside options. That's the special red paint and the single pinstripe. Inside we have door contrast feature with stitch black, which is this right here, along here with the black stitching. Then we have seat piping in Mugello red, which is $3,175, and that's this right here. You can see the piping on the seats. Then we have instrument panel top stitch for $800, which is this stitch line here. You can see that goes along there. And then next we have the steering wheel, which is black outer two-tone steering wheel, Mugello red, for $3,200. So that's because this steering wheel is made by hand, and you can see we have black on the outside and red on the inside. So that's a $3,200 option on this Rolls-Royce Dawn. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you is we do have these special sill plates, Black Badge sill plates with the Black Badge logo. That comes with the Black Badge package. And then you do have these seat controls for the seat. So to access the back, you have a big metal handle here, which you pull up and pull the seat forward like that. And then this seat's pretty far up, but if it was back, it would automatically slide forward. But since I'm short, the seat's already pretty far forward. So we have this sumptuous area in the back. You can see that it is a two-seater. You can't really fit 3 people in the back because you have a back center console there. You see that you have the Rolls-Royce emblem on all of the headrests in the car. And then you can see that this is a pretty comfortable place to be. Back here you have your own climate control vents here. You have some cup holders here. You have an old school ashtray here. And then you also have your own little center console with power outlets in there. Okay, so first talk about what it's like to drive the Dawn. The first thing that you notice is this is a very large vehicle. So the Dawn is 209 inches long, and to give you an idea, a Chevy Tahoe SUV is 5 inches shorter. It's 204 inches long. A Suburban is 224 inches long. So this is somewhere between a Tahoe and Suburban in terms of length. This car is 77 inches wide. A Tahoe and a Suburban are 81 inches wide. So this is only 4 inches slimmer than a Suburban. So I'm in the driver's seat and the camera is mounted on the passenger side window and I can't reach it over there. That's how wide this car is. So that's the first thing that you have to kind of realize is there's a lot of car in front of you and there's a lot of car behind you. So you have to kind of drive it. It doesn't drive like an SUV, but just that size means you have to kind of go wide around corners. You have to be very careful parking and other things. It's a very big car. Also, it has these enormous side view mirrors, which almost seem too big. I mean, you need them because you need them to see the whole length of the car, but they are very large. Speed-wise, incredibly powerful. Again, you have a 6.6 liter V12 in this car with 593 horsepower and 605 foot-pounds of torque. So if you step on it, it flies. You do always get that wafting Rolls-Royce magic carpet ride, as they call it. It just wafts down the road. Now, when you get a little aggressive with it, you can feel that it does have a sportier suspension, but it's not a sports car. It's not a tight, AMG S63 or, an AMG sedan in that sense of tightness and sportiness. It's just a little more sporty than the regular Rolls-Royce. It doesn't have a sport mode as far as I can tell. But it just gives you a bit more performance-oriented driving experience. Obviously, the Rolls-Royce is known for that magic carpet ride and that smooth, quiet driving experience, and you have that in this car. You just have a little sportier look, and again, a little bit sportier if you really want to drive it that way. And then the Black Badge gives you all the, interior upgrades and things like that. As I was saying, extremely quiet, and I love quiet cars. So you can't hear anything in this car. I was doing some filming and pictures in the desert. It was about 40 miles an hour in wind and you don't hear anything. When you're driving down the freeway at 80 miles an hour or whatever, you don't hear wind noise, you don't hear road noise, you don't hear the engines of the cars around you. You can see them and you have an awareness that they're there, but the sound insulation on this is truly, truly incredible, which I love. Just talk about the pricing real quick, if I can refer to this. So the Rolls-Royce Dawn, the base price is $356,500. The Black Badge package is $50,000, and with all the other options and the gas guzzler, destination, and handling, this particular car is $459,875. So pretty much $500,000 with taxes and all that kind of stuff. And I don't look at it as a $350,000 car that you have to put all these options on. It's really a $450,000 car that you customize completely yourself. You know what I mean? You don't look at it that you have to add on that stuff on. It's basically $450,000, but you can just customize everything. And that's the point of buying a Rolls-Royce, is that if you spend $450,000 on a car, you want everything exactly the way that you want it. I want this color to be like this. I want this to feel like this. I want my name here. I want to see the Rolls-Royce thing. You know, not making fun of someone, but if you spend that kind of money on a car, that's what you want, and that's what you get with any Rolls-Royce, is you get something that is totally customized for you. So that if this was your car, if this was my car, and you get in it, everything is exactly the way that you want it. The trim, the colors, the contrasting stitching, the leather, the style of the leather, the color. They can make these any color you want. You can bring them a color sample of anything. I like this robin's egg blue. They can match it, you know, with lasers and all that kind of stuff, and they can replicate any paint color that you want. So again, that's what the Rolls-Royce experience is about that total level of customization. The other cool thing about this car is, when I got this car, and again, this is not my car, this is a Rolls-Royce press car that is lent to me to review. In my mind, this is one of the world's most expensive cars. So if you're a super rich guy and you can afford anything, this might be a car that you get. So it's fascinating to me to have the opportunity to drive this car, because this is a car made for someone that money is no object. You know what I mean? If this car happened to cost 600 grand, they would sell a lot of them. It doesn't matter. It's for someone that money, you know, has so much money that at 400 grand, 500 grand, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. And I say that respectfully. So it's very cool to drive the ultimate car. In other words, if money is no object and you're not looking at a Ferrari or Lamborghini or something like that, if you want a luxury car, this is the world's most expensive luxury car. You know, pretty much the most expensive convertible, however you want to say it, at almost $500,000. So it's cool to drive around in this thinking this is the pinnacle of automotive design and engineering and styling and ergonomics and all those kinds of things, because it's made to be the best car in the world. And I think that's fascinating, and I think about that when I'm driving it. Wow, this is the pinnacle of automotive excellence. And I really appreciate and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to drive a car like this. It's really amazing. But that's the one thing I wanted to kind of close with, is that this is one of the world's most expensive cars and kind of represents the pinnacle of luxury car technology. So it's amazing to experience it and to drive at different places and stuff like that and just feel what that is like. So I think on that note, I'll end it. Thank you very much for watching. Follow me on social media at Drive with Fred and at Luxury Fred on Instagram. My blog is luxuryfred.com. You can read my car reviews at businesstravelerusa.com. Again, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you very, very much for watching.